Another one, bro?
Another one. We in here.
In here, back
In
in
the
here.
garage.
Hey, but like,
What did it do?
it's been, how you feeling? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, End of the year. Ending on a good note. We
Man.
had some rain today.
It's still raining. But, I mean, on a side note, it is coming up, so that's a lot of weight on our shoulders. Let's just go ahead and just really quick. Let's just make everybody feel a little bit better.
Let's feel better. Oh, there we go.
That was perfect.
There we go.
All right, so before we get into it, I guess we got to say it every time before we get canceled again. We are in my garage, so whatever logos you see, whatever you see, we're not sponsored by anybody yet. I just know that at one point, like, Andrew's Brewery, Miller Lite's going to come through, and there's going to be a pallet of beer in front of the garage or on my porch at some point. So, man, y'all need to, like, start tagging them with these videos and be like, yo, hook this dude up,
Hey, notice the man. Send him a pallet or two.
Right? Every so often, like every week.
He's thirsty.
Yeah, I stay thirsty, man.
He's a thirsty.
Oh, wait, that was another one.
Oh.
I didn't mean to say that.
No, you didn't finish it.
Okay.
You didn't finish it.
All right. Yeah, my bad. Well, let's jump into it, man. So, cool thing is we have friends everywhere.
Wow.
So, in different states.
Yes.
Even Irene, the person that does all of our social media, she's in Cali.
Yes.
We
Yes.
even have friends in different countries.
Oh, look at that.
But today we have Spencer. Man, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, of course, man. I'm glad to.
So tell everybody where you're at, like this, not like geographically.
Yeah, I'm sitting in my house now. I'm in Melbourne, Florida. So we're on the east coast of Central Florida, east of Orlando, near Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral, where all the NASA rockets and SpaceX launches happen.
Right on. And so we are on a digital platform. So if Spencer goes in and out, it could be my Wi-Fi. Who knows, man? We're in my garage. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. So if we have to ask him to repeat a couple times, we're going to get through this.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
And it's an hour later where you're at, and you still decided to join us.
Of course. It's a Saturday night, I think, right? Saturday?
He's in the future.
He is in the
future's
future.
bright. It's looking good here.
Okay, I'm excited for the next hour that's coming.
Oh my goodness.
He's in the future.
Dude, had you not said that, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, he's.
You are in the future.
Yeah, technically we're time traveling.
We figured it out.
Mind blown.
Yeah, and don't bring it up. I'm gonna watch the movie, so it's okay.
He's never seen Back to the Future.
You gotta check it out.
Dude, he has my trilogy. He's had it for like 6 months now.
No, it's like 2.
And still hasn't gotten through.
I'm about to finish the class I'm doing. Once I'm done with that, I'm watching them. So.
How are you still driving without a license? Like, hurry up and finish that.
Hey, things happen.
Hashtag Fort Worth PD at Fort Worth PD.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, tell us about you.
What do you want to know, man?
Well,
known you for a long time.
Yeah, it's been.
Where to start?
Man, how long has it been?
25 years?
At least.
Wow.
Yeah.
Long time.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. So.
We're getting old, man.
Don't remind me, but thank you. Let's start with your business. Like, I know for privacy purposes, there's some things we can't talk about, so we won't go into detail. But just before that, though, to what you're doing now, I think it's cool what you did before.
Okay. Yeah, so I've spent the last 18 years and change in the aircraft modification business. Spent a few years in the Army. When I got to the Army, the line of work that I did in uniform, I wasn't allowed to do out in the civilian world. There wasn't a whole lot of call for it, so had to find another way to make a living. So I went to school there in Fort Worth at Tarrant County College for aviation maintenance, and then got immediately into working on aircraft, doing a variety of different sorts of modifications. I started out doing VIP aircraft interior work, working on out-of-state aircraft for the U.S. presidential fleet, as well as a bunch of foreign heads of state, various Middle Eastern countries and former Soviet bloc countries, outfitting these aircraft into essentially flying yachts. It was a very cool business. Did that for about 10 years.
Did you get to travel to those countries?
Yeah, I've been all over.
Wow.
Yeah. And then switched from the VIP and head of state market into the commercial market, doing what we refer to generally as in-flight connectivity, which is airborne Wi-Fi.
Well, hang on.
Wow.
Before you get to that,
He just went to the future.
sorry,
for
I
real.
didn't mean to like cut you off, but I do have a question because, dude, if you don't know, we have tens and tens of people that watch us. So at some point, we're gonna make it huge. So whenever we get our
When we get our jet,
yeah, like we're still talking if we want an actual full 747 or maybe like a G6, but I'm going for the full 747. And then like, can you put us on to somebody at that point to have it like?
Just say you know a guy.
just we know, guy.
It needs 2 master bedrooms.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
I've done a couple of them that had those. So
And-
the people with insane amounts of money, they get into these contests with one another about who's got the biggest, best, newest, sleekest, most luxurious airplane. It's like anything else.
Yeah, because Eric and I, he froze.
Enjoyed it.
There he goes. Oh, you're back. All right, cool. Because Eric and I have already talked about it. When we get to plane status, it's just going to be for he and I. So Jessica and Irene, they're going to have to drive wherever.
Or maybe
we're
they'll
going.
get an RV or something.
RV or
Yeah.
fly a coach, whatever.
Southwest, the
Yeah.
bags are free.
Oh, there you go.
So, But no, hey, Spencer. First off, thank you for your service, bro.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah.
But second there, when you were doing the VIP stuff, upgrading these planes, was there what was the most popular upgrade? And if there wasn't one, what was the most popular upgrades everybody wanted?
Well, so the clientele that we based on there, I wouldn't say that there was any one particular thing that was the most popular, because each interior of these things had to they each needed to be unique.
Okay.
They all had really advanced in-flight entertainment systems. So, big screen TVs mounted on the walls, really nice sound systems, advanced lighting systems. All this full, multicolored spectrum LED lighting throughout the cabs of these airplanes.
Okay.
And they would have master bedrooms and showers, and almost all of them that we did in the master suite or the master bathrooms had bidets.
Wow.
I did one for a member of the Saudi royal family that had a foot washing station. So
What?
Wow.
The owner of the airplane, he could wash his feet before he would go and pray.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so interesting stuff. Tons of money, and when you have that kind of money, you can pretty much put whatever you want.
Are we going to let them at least tour
Some
it
obvious
when we have it?
exceptions.
Yeah, we're gonna bring people on.
No, I'm talking about Jessica and Irene. Like, do we let
Oh,
them tour?
I think. Well, I mean, first we gotta bring the subscribers on.
Oh, dude, there's tens and tens of people that watch
Tens
us. Like,
and
we're
tens.
almost there.
Yeah, so-
we're there.
Almost.
There. Did you ever have anyone try to put in a hot tub or something?
It always got joked around about, but there's a pretty rigid regulatory framework for anything that you do on aircraft, and so you just can't have a bunch of water sloshing around.
I was saying you hit turbulence.
Right.
It wouldn't work.
Dude, let's put a lap pool in ours.
Be the first hot tub in a plane.
Yeah.
A lap
People,
pool.
that's one of the first questions that everybody asked when I was doing that was, have you ever put a hot tub in an airplane? No.
Yeah. You're like, no.
No hot tubs, no fireplaces, but gaming tables for casino-owned airplanes.
Okay.
That wasn't uncommon. So
Could imagine a pool table. Imagine that.
right? Hey, I made
wait,
that fair and square.
Oh, that was mine.
I called it.
Yeah.
Off the turbulence, into the turn. That's mine.
Gosh, I love it. So you're out in Florida.
Yep.
What-
Yeah, and they call the area the Space Coast. So, as I mentioned, we're not too far from Cape Canaveral, which is where NASA does a lot of their launches from. SpaceX, most of their launches, all of the manned launches that SpaceX does now are out of Cape Canaveral, and I watch a lot of them from my driveway. It's pretty cool to be able to see all the rockets go off from home, see it, hear it. It's pretty neat.
That's pretty cool. So recently, SpaceX had a launch. It was like the middle of the night, or no, it was probably like 8-9 p.m. about a month ago. I think it may have launched somewhere out of South Texas. Well, I'm in a WhatsApp group with a lot of my family. I have some family in Mexico. One of my uncles, so they don't realize, Elon Musk is about to shoot a rocket, right? They're out there in the middle of nowhere, middle of these mountains, and they just see this thing shooting across the sky, and he posts it on the family WhatsApp group. And they're like, I don't know what this is, but this is crazy. Look, it's just shooting. And then you see when it shoots off, I guess, the boosters, and then it goes. And I did look it up. It like went across down by California, and then it came back and landed in Florida. So I'm wondering if it landed over there where you're by.
Yeah, if it's in Florida, it's right near me. And so all of the space things happen in this area.
Right there. So what do you do? We go to vacation in Florida. What do you do on vacation?
Sometimes I'll go to other states or other countries.
Okay.
But most often I just end up going to other parts of Florida. So, Daniel is aware of some of my hobbies. So for years I've been skydiving and now scuba diving. So leisure time. Now I'll drive down to West Palm Beach and go diving down there. But my daughter still lives in Texas, and so when I have the free time that I'm not focused on work, which is pretty rare these days, to be honest, I like to try to get back into Texas and have some friends that own a big ranch out there. So I really enjoy going and spending time at the ranch and catching up with them and spending some time with my daughter.
Wow,
That's what's
cool.
up, man.
I love it.
Yeah, not
pause
a lot of
real
vacation time over these last couple.
So it's not like you actually like get up and you're like, you know what? I'm tired of looking at this ocean. Like I'm at a beach. Like I'm getting away from here. Forget this, man. Like let's go see mountains.
The weather here is great. I like living near the water. I can get from my house to the beach in about 11 minutes.
Wow.
Which is not rough. And then we've got the Intracoastal Waterway. We just call it the river. Most of the places that I like to go and eat and have a beer right on the water. And you go out and sit there, enjoy the weather, watch dolphins swim around and all that, and that never gets old.
So I'll ask you. Go ahead.
I've been out here since 2016, so a little over 6 years now, and the water doesn't cease to amaze me.
But I'll ask you this. So you're from you were here in Fort Worth for a while. Eric, you as well. Jessica, you haven't been here as long. How many times did you go to Six Flags while you were here? He froze on us. Give him a second.
Yeah.
All right. So
there you are.
How often did you go to Six Flags while you were here?
Very, very rarely.
You?
I mean, when I was younger, we would go at least once a year because the church that we went to, they would actually close down the whole park and we would go. And if we didn't go with other people, we'd at least go that one time the year.
I've got a maximum, maybe if I have to pull out a second hand, the number of times I've been to Six Flags. So I asked the same question to people that go to that live near the water. How often do you go out there?
I go to the water quite a bit. But just like I didn't go to Six Flags back home, in 30 plus years of living in Texas, I probably went to Six Flags 10 times total. Here I've been in Florida for 6 years, and I've been to Disney once. I've been to SeaWorld once, and then I went to one of the Disney offshoot parks once. So I'm an hour and a half at most from any attraction in the Orlando area, and I just don't do it.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'd rather go to the beach. I'd rather go to the river. I don't have time to go and deal with these massive, expensive tourist trap things.
Well, that's what I was going to say, too. I bet there's a bunch of things you can do as a local.
Yeah. Well, the part of Florida that we're in, it's not super tourist heavy.
Right.
That's cool.
Central Florida has the Orlando attraction stuff, and then I'm not far from Cocoa Beach, which has, a fair bit of tourism, but it's not overrun with tourists like Miami or
the Panhandle,
or Orlando, or any of
Destin,
the other hot spots. It's kind of the county I'm in. Brevard County is a little bit of a hidden gem on Florida's East Coast.
Well, that's cool.
So you've been there 6 years. You don't get tired of the beach. It's like,
No.
And see so every time we usually always hit up the beach at least once a year with the family, and my wife and I were always like, hey, I mean, we could do this. Like we could move out here. And then we're like, but would we get tired of it when we're out here? But I mean, it's good to hear that it's just like you can't get tired of seeing the ocean.
I don't know, dude. I tell you like this, like I've seen a lot of the country, and there's a lot of times it's like, man, like this is awesome. It's a lot of fun. This and that, blah blah blah, whatever, right? I don't know that I could live outside of the best country in the entire world, Texas. Like, I love it here.
Hey,
Texas is great. Texas will always be home for me, but I've really come to enjoy Florida quite a bit. I don't think that I'd want to live in any other state outside of one of these two. But I like it here. You know, my end goal is to have a house in Texas and a house here in Florida and be able to swap back and forth at will.
And I hear one of these days you're gonna pick me up in that plane.
Yeah, that's the plan.
hey,
That's the plan. You got to make it pay itself off first, though.
I know, I feel you, but I think at some point, whenever you pick me up, you pick us all up, and we go shoot one of these in your garage.
yeah.
I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with that. We can shoot one from down on the water.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
That too. We don't need a power source.
Just have a better internet connection.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
for
facts,
real.
yeah.
That's
So
so
at that point, we won't need it.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
just hit record and have a mic. We're good.
I got a random thing to ask you though.
Yeah.
So I know Florida is like the state with the most sinkholes in the United States. How often do you hear about sinkholes out there?
How do you come up with these random
You
facts?
mentioning it is probably the second time I've heard the word sinkholes.
Okay. And you can look it up. And it could
going
be
to.
another part of, it could be closer to the coast, south, but it's actually the state with the most lightning strikes and sinkholes.
Lightning strikes we hear about quite a bit. During the summer, unfortunately, you hear about those things happening fairly often, especially in and around the Orlando area. It happens quite a bit. Sinkholes, though, you know, we don't have sinkhole drills here.
Okay.
We don't hear about it. I've been scuba diving in something that I was told was a sinkhole from, you know, a really long time ago, but now it's just a big underground cave system that apparently just started life as a sinkhole.
Wow.
Oh man, but you just went through a pretty crazy storm. How did y'all do on that?
Yeah, we had a couple. So we had two storms inside of 2 months.
Wow.
Luckily, our area was spared any significant damage. On the most recent one that went through, the west coast of Florida got hit pretty bad. So both of them were pretty nerve-wracking. You know, even on our side, my area got passed directly over by both of them, but both of them at the time it hit us with a Category 1 hurricane.
Oh wow.
So it's not a very relaxing experience, but to be honest, the thing that is worse is the anticipation leading up to the storm, more so than the storm itself.
So if they say,
At least
go ahead.
so far.
So if they say it's time to evacuate, do you evacuate or do you stay?
I've evacuated once for Hurricane Irma. I evacuated. Sorry, actually, I've evacuated twice. I evacuated for Matthew, then I evacuated for Irma. The one since then, I decided to ride it out, and thank goodness it's worked out so far.
Right on.
So do you have like a raft in the garage just
Just
ready?
in case.
I've got an inflatable canoe, but I haven't had to use it.
Okay. Hey, at least you got some type of flotation.
Wait, but is it already aired up, or are you gonna be like, oh, it's coming, like?
When
Whoa, brother.
when
Go.
when Hurricane Irma came through, it was not long after the big one hit Houston, and I saw the footage of people, you know, having to deal with all the intense flooding.
I almost went. Yeah.
So when I evacuated and got on the road during Irma, I threw my inflatable kayak on the roof of my 4Runner, threw some extra gas cans in the car, and got on the road and had those things in case we ended up hitting any high water that I needed to get away from. I didn't have to use it, but I wanted to be prepared just in case.
Yeah. Right on, man.
Yeah, that'd be. You gotta have just. You know what? I'm gonna give you a tip. Let's go ahead and have the jet ski ready.
Right. Gas up the jet ski just in case. And it's funny now because, you know, we have the threat of naders here in Texas. And, oh, we lost him. There he is. He's back. We have.
Luckily, it froze with me with the beer in my hand.
Yeah, that's good.
That was
yeah.
a quick drink
Yeah.
too,
How it has to
'cause,
work.
Yeah.
you know.
But yeah, we have the fear of naders, and it's funny because the kids, they'll grab like mattresses and stuff and put them in my closet.
yeah.
And I'm like outside watching it, and they're like,
Yeah.
Dad, come in. What are you doing? You're going to die. And I'm like, we'll be fine. it's okay.
Tornadoes freaked me out. That was always one of my biggest fears. And with hurricanes, they'll spawn tornadoes as well. But with hurricanes, you have I guess it's a good thing and a bad thing. You have a few days or a week to prepare for it.
Yeah.
But you also have a few days or a week to sit and stress out about it. And for people to, crowd the grocery stores and buy all the water and bread and milk and toilet paper and everything else that, that people do. So that lead up time is not very pleasant.
Dang, so COVID was nothing for y'all. Y'all are used to that. It's like, oh, hurricane's coming, no toilet paper.
They're used to, and I wonder why toilet paper.
Right?
Like, people think they're just going to be sitting on the toilet worrying. I don't know.
It's like, hey, there's a can of corn. I should take that.
It's the same thing happened in COVID. Everybody freaked out and
bought the toilet paper.
They had to go buy the essentials.
They need to make a movie. They got, like, people, you got the distant future. Everything's busted up. People are trading oil, trading metal. No. It's going to be rolls of toilet paper.
I'll pay with this.
That's what people, the doomsdayers...
don't go controversial.
No, I'm saying that instead of saving canned goods, you got to save your toilet paper. That's going to be currency.
Cheerios.
I'm giving tips.
Yeah, I haven't set up a stockpile just yet.
You don't have a bunker in the backyard?
No, not yet.
You should probably start thinking about that.
Let me give you a tip. Don't buy food. Don't buy toilet paper because that's going to be gold. You're going to get whatever you need.
Currency.
Yeah. You got plush. They don't make it anymore.
2-ply? Are you serious?
Think about it though. Imagine everything goes down. They're not making anything. People are wiping with rocks, leaves, and you got toilet paper.
No, shells.
Whatever, your hand.
Whoa, that went weird.
Yeah.
Anywho, so I had another question for you, and it was around something that I just forgot. Yeah, but it was something.
You're no young man. It's going to be harder and harder for you to hang on to those memories.
Dang it, Spencer! Like, you keep reminding me, and I appreciate you.
I'm right there with you.
I appreciate you every time you bring it up.
Well, it's deflecting. I figure if I can, call you old, then I'm not going to feel it.
All right, it's back. So, Eric and I, we started this podcast a couple weeks ago, and we have tens of people that follow us. You used to do this.
I did. Yeah. In the early days of podcasting, before people were really using the term podcasting, I was an on-air host for we had it was an entertainment talk show. We had an AM presence there in Dallas, but we also had an online broadcast. Did it for 2.5 years. Had a lot of fun. Got to enjoy some really fun conversations and interviewed a lot of really cool guests. I loved it.
So, whenever we lost them again. There you are. You're back. All right.
Yep,
So whenever I tell you we have tens and tens, like, if you can think about one time you had your biggest audience, like...
Yeah, so the way that they tracked the I guess the number of listeners that we had on the show, they would do the IT folks that ran the internet broadcast were able to pull a number of how many people logged on to the website for the station that had a handful of different shows on it, and track which times people logged on. But I think our busiest day was somewhere in the area of 386,000 people that we had logged on.
Wow.
Which at the time, this was 2009, 2010 time frame, that was quite a lot of folks. I mean, even nowadays, I think that would be a pretty significant number, but podcasting has gotten so popular, and you've got these massive shows with followers well into the millions. The numbers that we had back then are probably not that impressive.
Well, for us that have tens and tens,
yeah,
that's pretty impressive.
Just hitting 1,000. He said
Right.
hundreds of thousands,
Right? Like,
so.
if I can get like 100.
Just give me 100.
Yeah, give me 100. Did we lose you again, buddy? He's frozen in time.
Because he's in the future, maybe the time-space continuum.
Oh, there he is.
There
He's
he
back.
goes.
Oh, no, he's gone again. Can you at least hear us?
And it.
What is he?
There he goes.
Are you back? Nope.
Yeah, I'm just now able to hear you. You've sounded a bit like a robot for the last little while, but
We weren't talking about
video
you.
use
I
frozen, so
swear.
I guess we're having a
I swear we weren't talking about you behind your back while you couldn't hear
No.
us.
connection.
There he goes.
Are you back?
Yeah, I've got you now. The screen has changed. Now it's showing that it's got a low bandwidth connection.
Ah, that's on you, not me, buddy.
Let's see. Hopefully you can edit this part out.
No, we don't edit.
Don't edit.
We don't edit. That's what we do. No edits, no nothing. We just put it up. Whatever it is, it is.
Well, this part will be exhilarating listening. I can see you guys again finally.
Oh, good. Am I still pretty?
Beautiful as always, Daniel.
Yes. Knew it.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you.
There's a reason I had you as my +1 to our 10-year high school reunion.
Yeah, I figured as much. And coming up for our 30, so we missed our 20, so you have to come in
It
for
was a
the
shame.
30.
I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, so was I. It's always funny. Like, are you old enough to have a 10-year yet?
First one
Is it
was
coming up?
like, no, it just happened. Like,
Did you go?
I didn't go, but I think it was something crazy happened.
But what's funny about it is, and Spencer and I talked a lot about it, is you think about like the different people you had in high school and like who was supposed to do what but didn't do that and who was supposed to be this. It was crazy to see. And the craziest thing for me was to see how some just people haven't changed. That's a great thing, right? Like just the same exact person they were in high school. That's definitely not me.
Well, sometimes it's a good thing, and sometimes it's not such a good thing.
Yeah.
You know,
That's funny.
it's one thing to hold on to who you are. It's another thing to stagnate.
Yeah, true.
know.
True.
Or be the same person, just in a different boat.
Yeah.
That's mind blowing.
That might be too deep.
That is a little deep. You
Yeah.
got me thinking.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why would you do that?
I'm sorry, man.
Dude,
That just-
seriously? We're
that
having
just
fun.
came.
We're having
We're
great
talking
conversation.
about water
Having a beer
and Florida beach. Hey, what's your favorite local fish? Favorite thing to eat locally out of the water?
You know, I don't eat a lot of seafood.
Oh wow.
What? What do you eat?
I'm a chicken and beef guy. We eat a lot of salmon, and we used to eat quite a bit of shrimp. But seafood's really big around here. I've just never been a huge seafood fan.
Yeah, like what'd you have for lunch today? If you say fajitas, I swear.
No, the Mexican food here is lacking. I think I had a burger for lunch today. It wasn't anything memorable.
Mickey
Wow.
D's. Dang it.
Man.
Yeah, no, actually, I had breakfast for lunch. My girlfriend and I went to a brunch thing not far, so I had a whole mess of eggs and breakfast potatoes and almost too much bacon, and
That doesn't
can never
exist.
have too
Like, what are you
much bacon.
talking about?
that's what I said almost.
All right, let's end this. Like he's
Yeah,
from Texas.
he's-
Like,
I think
what
he's
just
not.
happened? What just
Well,
happened?
he's been in Florida for 6 years, so.
My goodness.
But he doesn't
Don't
even
say
eat
too much,
fish.
but I got close.
Did you have mimosas as well?
I didn't. No.
Because if you do that,
So-
Pinky has to be out.
Naturally, yeah. So brunch isn't as big of a thing here.
Oh, hang on, really quick. Sorry about the noise. We have a garage door opening. My kid just decided to come through the garage door, which is crazy. But anyways, go ahead.
I was just saying that the brunch trend hasn't exploded here like it is back home. There's not the all you eat brunch buffet and that sort of thing here.
Okay, right on.
Well,
We're losing you again, though. It's like a robot.
Yeah, it's a questionable connection at best.
Yeah, it happens, man. But we're getting to that probably about that 30-minute mark, which I
Yeah.
heard if we go over, people tend to start stopping
We
it.
lose them.
So, Spencer, we're gonna go to you first, buddy. What do you have in closing for us?
Man, I just appreciate you guys inviting me to talk with you. It's always good catching up, and I'm hoping that the podcast continues to grow for you guys, and most importantly, you have fun doing it.
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah.
that's what it is for us. It's fun. But we're gonna need you to share some stuff, right? Like, you got to share this video.
I will.
And if you share enough, and we get 200 followers.
Oh god, we're back at that again.
So there's this one. If you go back on the YouTube channel, look up the one where we have the best truck in the background. It's a Dodge lifted truck, crazy looking truck. I love it. We locked in a bet, and if we can get 200 subscribers on YouTube, Daniel is going to be filmed getting into that truck.
Which, like, the running boards are like at my head.
Yeah, I might establish 200 accounts and follow you from each of them.
Well, if that's what it takes, do it. I just want to.
Well, we're
I wanna
45
see-
away now.
Yeah,
we got
we're
5
getting-
followers this week.
Okay.
5 subscribers.
So
excuse
just
me.
help us if you can get us 5 or 10. We just got to get Daniel in that truck, and
That's going to be easy to do.
Okay.
All right, we're past
It's
that.
not going to
Eric,
be easy to get him in the truck, but it'll be easy to get the numbers.
Oh, no. I
Well,
have a
at
plan.
least we'll
I have a plan.
we'll have the footage.
I have a plan. So, Eric, what you got in closing?
No, hey everybody who's tuning in, thank you. Hey Spencer, thank you for being on. I enjoy talking to new people when we can. That's
Yeah.
like the best. I enjoy meeting people. So
Yeah. Oh, dude, next time he's in town, like, you have to meet him in person. Cool guy.
no, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And
I'll be in town in a few weeks, actually.
Oh,
okay.
thanks for
Coming in for the
telling
holidays.
me. All right,
Oh,
cool.
heck yeah. We got to meet him.
Yeah. For me, you said thanks for having you on. Dude, it's a thank you from us. Like, we appreciate you just taking a little bit of time just to hang out with us for a bit. Definitely appreciate it. I know it's a little later where you are, and sometimes tougher to connect like this, but we appreciate you. For the tens and tens that follow us, thank you so much. If this video does anything, share it. Like,
Share
show
it,
us some love.
subscribe, and everyone on Fantasy keeps starting Tony Pollard.
Oh, there's your fantasy pick for the week.
Well, I realized by the time it uploads, the Sunday has passed.
Facts.
So I'm giving you the fantasy pick for not tomorrow, which is Sunday, but
Next
next Sunday. Keep starting Tony Pollard.
All right. Until next time, dude, thanks again. Don't leave yet.
Yeah.
But thank you again for joining us. We'll see y'all the next time.
See y'all.